full glam tutorial.
We incorporated some gold for this look, and I really wanted you guys to see how we created it. And so if you want to learn anything or two, please stick along. I am going in with my foundation. I did do some skin prep off camera, and hence her skin is glowing. I always prefer my skin to glow before going in with my base, because I feel like that really tells me that the base is gonna eat. So I'm going in with my foundation, and I'm making sure that I blend it evenly to get myself a clean, beautiful canvas. I am using my Wink Beauty blender, which does an amazing job for me. I feel like whenever I'm buying beauty blenders, I always look at how damp it becomes once I've put it in water, but also most importantly how soft it is. But there's a fine line between a very soft beauty blender and one that's soft enough to give you a beautiful blend. So it's not all the soft beauty blenders that are gonna do a good job. I hope I'm making a lot of sense. So I'm going in with some warming up, but for this look I didn't want to overly warm her up. I just wanted the focus to be more on her eyes, and I also wanted to play around with my blush. I feel like whenever I'm doing any look at all on any client, I always want to focus on certain things depending on the client's requirements or their facial features. For instance, for this look she didn't really have any specifics. However, she did say she has a gold dress because she was going for her matric dance. I asked her, do you want me to incorporate a little bit of gold? And so just because you're wearing a gold dress doesn't necessarily mean I'm always going to do a gold look, but I felt like because it was matric dance it just made so much sense. And because I looked at her eye shape, I felt like, okay, this gold look that I have in my mind is gonna be bomb. And so I am going in with some concealer. Blush placement was very specific and strategic for her face. I feel like my blush placement sometimes does differ according to your facial structure or features, which is also like really important to look at as a professional makeup artist. I am blending my concealer, and by the way, I did mix two concealers. The first one I used on her face was a bit yellow, and I did want that yellow undertone because I could see with her skin tone around her neck area that she did have a little bit of yellowness going on there, but I didn't want the yellowness to overwhelm her. Hence, I went in and mixed with a neutral concealer. This is also like very important. I am brightening her under eye, but I love how her facial structure is just stunning. I also didn't want to shy away from that. And I always say that it's also very possible for someone to come to you with beautiful features, but because of the makeup, you sort of like dim down their beautiful features. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're super gorgeous, pretty, beautiful, lovely. You just need to implement your set of skills as a makeup artist. So it's not always guaranteed just because the client or the model is pretty, the makeup look is going to look nice. Let me just put that out there. So I'm going in and blending my concealer as well. I love how she was loving this look. And by the way, she was vlogging through the entire glam, which I didn't mind. So you will see her bring up her phone here and there. And I think she was super excited, man.